Hello and welcome to my review of the Genestealer Cults Clamavus model. Yes, you do get him in a clamshell pack. This model will cost you £15, just like all the other Genestealer Cult single characters, with the exception of the Jackal Alphas, which is £22.50. This guy comes on a 32mm base, which is standard kind of Space Marine base now. I had no troubles at all putting this guy together. Really cool, funky looking model. As Games Workshop said themselves, he's actually standing on the limited edition Genestealer Cult Codex, by the way. He's got this little scrambler array thing. He's essentially a comm hacker, 4th generation hybrid. He uses a custom built Vox interceptor array. Basically slices into enemy broadcast signals and echo casters and broadcasts the holy word of the Gene Father. That's basically what he's doing here. In game terms, we'll discuss the rules in a moment, but he's got this speaker here and a little Genestealer Cult kind of symbol. I've chosen this head for him, which is the one with the goggles. You can, if I just reach over, choose this head, which is kind of him shouting about. If I was to get another one, I'd probably use this head. I mean, I might just pop this head on a hybrid. That'd be quite cool. You could always swap the heads around, I suppose. Yeah, decent looking model. Similar to what Space Marines have with their Master of Rites, I think it is, or I can't remember. Anyway, it's got this awesome array here, Telecaster array. Yeah, lots of detail, a joy to put together, hardly any mould lines to worry about. Let me just show you some size comparisons then. So next to a Space Marine, he is a little bit smaller, just a tiny bit smaller than a Space Marine, not by much though. And then next to a Primaris, yeah, clearly he's a fair bit smaller than a Primaris Space Marine. Compared to other models like the Magos, she is very tall, look, as you can see, much taller, a whole head above him, tall lady, long legs, and skull bowling ball, of course. Next to the Primus Alphas, next to the Jackal Alphas, she's just a bit taller than him. But anyway, hope those size comparisons help with the rest of the range. What I'll do now is just go through all of the rules for him. So he's an elite choice, he's a power points cost of a 3, and he's a match play points cost of 55. He's got an auto pistol, which is free, so you don't have to buy any more war gear for him. He's just a straight up 55, just like the Jackal Alphas is a straight up 70. So his stat line then, his movement is 6 inches. It's not too bad. Weapon skill and ballistic skill 3+. That's pretty good. Strength is 3, toughness is 3. That's all right. He's got 4 wounds though. He's packing 3 attacks. His leadership is quite high at 8, but his save is only 5+. His auto pistol, like all Genestealer Cult auto pistols, it's a pistol 1, range 12 inches, strength 3, AP 0, and a damage of 1. He does have Cult Ambush and Unquestioning Loyalty though. Here are his specific rules. Scrambler Array. Enemy units that are set up on the battlefield as reinforcements cannot be set up within 12 inches of this model. In addition, at the start of your shooting phase, roll a d6 for each enemy unit that is within 6 inches of any Clamavus's from your army. On a 6, that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. That's pretty horrific. You've got to get him really close though. Get him close to an enemy unit, 6 inches, and then on 6s, the unit suffers a mortal wound. That's quite good, but it only gives you a 1 in 6 chance of doing that. The other rule is called Proclamator Hailer. Add 1 to the leadership characteristic of cult units whilst they're within 6 inches of friendly cult Clamavus's. In addition, add 1 to advance and charge rolls made for cult units that are within 6 inches of any friendly cult Clamavus's when the roll is made. So that might be a bit more useful than the mortal wound thing, which is more of a chance thing. You get these guys near the cult units and they're getting 1 to their leadership and 1 to advance and charge rolls. that might be a bit more useful to get your units, your cult units into combat. His keywords is Tyranids, Genestealer Cults, Infantry Character and Clamavus. So there you go. He isn't the best in close combat at all. He's only got a auto pistol, sorry, and his abilities are a bit lackluster. It's nice to get your mortal wound, but you have to roll a 6, but it can affect multiple units, bear that in mind. And it's nice to get the 1 leadership and advance and charge rolls. But apart from that, there's not much going on with him. He hasn't got a close combat weapon at all, and his pistol doesn't really do an awful lot, and his save is pants too. So really the only reason you're getting him is to buff your units and potentially get those mortal wounds. Maybe I'm missing something, guys, but what do you guys think of the Clamavus? Please do put it in the comments below. It'd be great to hear your thoughts. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For the Norn Queen.